From the Metro Soccer Complex in Nashville, Tennessee, the USAFL presents the 2018 USAFL Central Regional Men's Division I Championship game between the Austin Crows and the Houston Lone Stars. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian Barish. Great to have you along for this game to determine who will be the champions of this region in 2018. The defending champions, Dallas, went down to Houston in their final pool game earlier today. Houston going 2-0, again defeating Dallas and also defeating Chicago, or rather Nashville, while Austin defeated Chicago as well as Denver to get to this championship game. Austin, the number 2 team in the USAFL right now, or the number 3 team right now, right behind Los Angeles, while Houston is currently ranked at number 9 in the USAFL Top 20 poll. The Crows, looking like the Adelaide Crows, they're wearing the blue jumpers with the red and yellow hoops. They'll be heading from left to right on your screen as Nolan Cox gets ready in the ruck, while the Houston Lone Stars in the white jumpers going from right to left. The umpire holds the spirit of this great game aloft, and we have footy here in the final game of the day. We've been here 9 hours, and this is the final game, and we are underway as out of the ruck comes Austin, and there is a ball up. The Austin Crows have only played 2 games in the regular season so far, as they defeated Houston and Dallas in the opening leg of the Texas Cup round robin, and that one is marked there by the man, and Alex Del Villario. So Del Villario will go in tight, and that one is picked off, and back the other way comes Houston. This is Vincent O'Byrne, who comes back in the other direction, finds a target. Long kick up high, one-on-one contest through the hands, looking in there for the man in Weichel, who kicked a decisive goal in that come-from-behind win against Nashville earlier, and then goes up the corridor, and it's kept in. In fact, it did go out of bounds, looking for Grant Campbell. The former coach, the man they call Cambo, and Dennis Ryan used to call the Peter Dacos of the USAFL because of those mighty trunks of his. And so, there'll be a ball up from that far side. Ball comes back into play. Houston controlling it. And back the other way they come. That one will skip by. And here comes Austin, throwing that one on to the right. Going up high. Cox went for the footy, couldn't get it. There was the man in Meyer who went bustling through but couldn't get to it. And then that one is deflected away, marked nicely. So Craig takes the ball in the true center half back position, goes out to the near side, nice mark, and I believe that's going to end up being Bronson Bart. No, that's Daniel Brown. So Brown goes up into the pocket, and again it's marked, and this again by Campbell. Campbell turns around, sends that one into the mixing machine. It bounces free. Picking that one up is Di Villario, and able to get it away now is Plaisance, and Plaisance finds a target again in Weichel. So Houston weathering the pressure early on here. They are the underdogs, it has to be said, but back the other way comes Ben May. Ben May, son of Tim May, the cricketer, and that one is marked up on that far side. Here they come, the Crows, into the middle, off the top. Ball goes to ground. Again, Meyer, but over to get it there is Kleinhens. Kleinhens will throw that one onto the right, straight down the guts, and play on, they say, as that one goes in short, and that one is marked nicely. And so turning around for a shot here is Jonathan Mills will set it up. That again is Matthew Foster, one of many Aussies on this Austin Crows side. Cole's kick will come from 40 meters out. This will be the first score of the game. The kick is on the way. It starts right, it stays right, and the first score of the grand final is a behind. 1-0 Austin. as we are 3.5 minutes into the game. 2 20-minute halves here. Austin were Division III national champions in 2008. Actually, they were runners-up in 2008, having lost to Kansas City. They were runners-up in Division III in 2009. They did the deed in they won Division II in 2010. And won Division I in 2011, or rather they won Division II in 2011, and then won Division I in 2013, 2015, and 2016. Long kick on the way. Looks pretty good off the boot, and that is through for the first major score of the game. 1-1-7 for the Austin Crows. Just having my spyglass on who kicked the goal here, and in fact that was the man in Stefan Barr. And as my old friend Scooter Matheson used to say, Bar black sheep, have you any wool? Except when he said it, because he's Australian, it sounded like bah. That's why it's so funny. 1-1-7 for Austin, no score for Houston, with 5 minutes gone here in the first term. Out to the far side, Austin lost to Dallas in last year's regional grand final in Little Rock. And the year before that, in 2016, they won when we had it. They defeated Dallas in Indianapolis. The year before that, they defeated New York in the grand final in Racine, Wisconsin. This is Cox in the middle of the ground. Long kick down the corridor, and marked again by Foster. So Foster in almost the exact same spot that he kicked the last goal. Actually a little bit in. The man on the mark is 20 meters out. Foster's kick is from 25, and Foster's kick looks good off the boot. The umpire likes it as well, and that is the second goal of the game for the Austin Crows. 2-1, 13 to Houston, no score. Of course, we mentioned Nolan Cox, who, of course, for those of you who follow the AFL and those of you who have followed American footy for the last several years, you all know of Mason Cox, who has really had a bit of after a slow start to this season, has really come on. But Nolan is one of the best rucks in the USAFL, it must be said. Looking for Barr again, but he dropped it, spun around, and then picking that one up was Gigliotti. Gigliotti tried to go into the middle, but it's kicked off, and then a long handball across. Poissant's long kick, but a one-handed mark, my goodness, by Cox. And back he goes, and here come the Crows again. That one got deflected. No, it didn't, because that was going to end up getting paid as a mark. And once again, that's Foster, who's 2 kicks from goal. He turns inboard and kicks it across, and it's marked across the way by Jamie Cole. I called Cole's name initially on that Foster's first kick. It was actually Foster. But this was Cole, who goes up the far sideline, goes up the far boundary. The ball goes out of bounds. Brian Barish here with you here at the late afternoon, the final game of the day here, the men's Division I championship. Of course, we had Nashville taking on Chicago in the 5th place game. That one will go in, and it is marked nicely, and again, that's going to be DiVallario. So DiVallario goes in short, drop. It's deflected on. Oh, trying to get it there and not getting it was Voscarao. And it goes into the pocket, and it rolls out of bounds. And actually, I'm sorry, it's been given as a free kick. Well, looks the same from here. It's Gigliotti who will take the mark and will get the free kick. So Gigliotti, from 45.5 meters out. The kick is on the way. It looks good coming off the boot. It's going to sail left. And once again, just like one of my Aunt Becky's cookies, looked good coming out of the oven, but crumbled into nothing at the end. 2-1-13 Austin. No score for Houston. Division I Grand Final, 8.5 minutes gone first half. Houston won their first 3 games of the season defeating Baton Rouge and Oklahoma, but then lost to Houston and Dallas, but they picked up a win over Dallas earlier today in the final Pool B match. That one goes straight down the guts, drops in front, bounced away, picked up by the Lone Stars, and that one will go down, that one will bounce away. Oh, great job to pick that one up on a hop there by Monahan. And that one comes through. Ball cried the crowd, ball says the umpire. And that is a free kick, and it will go the way of Stefan Barr. He kicked the first goal of the game. That one will go in short, and it's Mark. Going up there was Jacoby Smith. Smith will run inside 45. Smith's kick for goal is off to the right. Very interested to see how Jacoby Smith goes. Bit of a speedster, and the Crows very excited about him. 2-2-14 for the Crows. Houston, no score as we near the midway point of this first half. Houston were the 2013 Division III national champions, defeating Sacramento in what is a bit of a controversial final. But as they give a 1-2, that one is May from butt, and a great job by Fielder, who went up and made a nice defensive mark doing just that. So, back the other way we come. I just got to look. Back the other way we come. And that one is picked off. This is May. Goes into the middle. Don't argue there. Throws that one onto the right. One-on-one contest. Cambo got knocked backwards. He may even have gotten knocked out. He's still down. And Kleinhens is going to get called. Or no, I think they just stopped the play because it was in Campbell's vicinity. And I think it's going to end up being a free kick, and it will go the way of Mickey Kleinhens. He's done an admirable job in the fullback for Houston today. So that come from behind win earlier against Nashville. Out to the near side he comes. One-on-one contest, and picking it up and throwing in another. Don't argue there is Daniel Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. He kicks that one up. Going after it, there's two Lone Stars converging. Smith came over as well, and Stevens was over there for Houston to see the ball out of bounds. 14-0 Austin. We've played 11 and a half minutes of this 20-minute opening half. Ball comes spinning back in the play. Ball goes down, picked up by Kleinhens, stayed on his feet. Oh, very clever little handball to get that one out. Goes that over the head of looking for Cole. And then throwing that one on to the left was Jamie Kennedy. Kennedy kicks that one in, throws that one on to the right. Again, that's Foster. Campbell takes the mark, and he'll run in. Oh, wow. Oh, little magician goes Stuart Campbell. Goes Grant Campbell, meanwhile, and he kicks the third goal for the Crows. 3-2-20 to Houston, no score. And a great job of the positioning by Campbell. And it was 1-on-2. It was just good positioning. He was able to shove the defender out of the way and then make the fullback miss to go in and kick the goal. So Austin with the territorial possession now. Earlier it seemed to be a little bit more 50-50. Ball comes back in the middle of the ground. Three, 2-20 the score. And I think they were just checking on Campbell, I think is what it was. Or maybe not. So here we go, ball back in the middle again. 13 minutes gone. And here comes Carcamo going forward. Houston, this is their first push in a while. That was tackling without the ball, wasn't called. And then Monahan was taken down. no call there. And then that one is kicked out of the air, going backwards. And that one's a push in the back, absolutely there. I believe that was on Hirsch, who got called for push in the back, but it will be a free kick. It comes to Jake Clements, who goes out the left side. And then that one is kicked up long, going down deep, one-on-one contest. Off the top, out of the back, and it's going to be soccered on by Campbell to his own advantage. Puts on the brakes, long handball across for Foster. What a classy goal, and what a job there to get away from the man in Glenn Wagner by Grant Campbell to throw the brakes on and then have the vision for that long handball across for Foster. His second of the game, 4-2-26 for Austin. No score for the Houston Lone Stars. Ball comes back in the middle of the ground. Once again, those of you interested in all the stuff going on in the USAFL, check us out on the web at usafl.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at USAFL1997. It's getting late in the day here. They had to go across the neighbor's yard and get that. And I think both teams playing their third game of the day will welcome this little respite as a little bit of a breeze comes by. And of course, we'll be giving out some trophies. We'll be giving out best and fairest for the different divisions. There's a long handball by Cole, and to kick that one up. I don't think that was Kleinhens, but same hairstyle. That one bounces in, and then Anastas overran the football. Cartamo was there, kicked that one onto the left. It will skitter up the far side, and then over to get it, just throwing that one onto the right. It's picked off by Bartell, and Bronson Bartell, who's been around a long time this Austin Crows side, all three of their championships, throws that one onto the right. It's in short and it's marked. So Bartell once again goes out to the left side and finds a friendly face. That one is deflected in the middle of the ground. That one is picked up and goes across. And that one is off the hands of Kennedy, who stayed with the footy. Austin all over them here. Every time Houston tries to get to the footy, they go to pick that one up, and Kennedy, that's pushing the back, yes. So free kick, and it goes to, well, that's not Hashim, because we know he broke his foot. The kick is on the way, but it's marked defensively.
James Lamont.
Thank you so much. 22. He's wearing Hashim's number. So Lamont kick was intercepted on the line. Austin will now go up the far side. And here they come. Here come the Crows once again, flying through, because they're Crows. They have wings. That's what they do. The ball goes into the middle of the ground. Here is Cole, who sends it back. High ball, up high, nice mark. They'll play on. This is Butt, Anthony Butt. They call him Seymour for obvious reasons. Drops in front, just got it away to Foster. This is Barr. Barr's kick from 30 out is off to the left. 4-3-27 for Austin. No score for Houston. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. In a game that a little bit not as... there was a lot of drama in that last game and a lot of tension, especially considering last year when Dallas defeated Austin, they ended their 26-game winning streak. And Austin, there were a lot of people that were predicting Austin to break Denver's 40-game winning streak, which they set back in 2004 through 2006. But that didn't happen. And they, of course, missed out on the grand final at Nationals last year. As the ball gets kicked along the ground. Oh, good job in there, but caught a little bit of contact. Everyone down mushroom farming stacks on the mill, and Jonathan Mills, the umpire, crosses his arms like the first rabbi of Australian rules football, L'chaim, and we'll have a ball up directly across. Ball goes to ground. Kennedy was there. Cole tried to soccer it along. Kennedy with some groundwork. Collard is there. I love his greens, and the ball will go in. It will be locked up. Actually, I don't. My wife likes collard greens. I'm not really a fan. About 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. I'm ready for dinner. Ball comes back in, and ball comes in loose. There is Campbell, who calls for the foot. He spins away from Poissance. Ball goes to ground, but there is Kleinhensee able to get it away, but only as far as Barr. Barr throws that one on to the right, into the mixing machine. Foster couldn't get it, tries for the soccer ball. That one is off, and that one scoots through for a rush behind. Getting a round of applause by Houston. A great job by them, and I want to say that was Kleinhensee in again. 4-4-28 Austin. No score for Houston. As we are down to the final 30 seconds of this first half of the grand final. Out to the near side, in and out of the hands of Kennedy. And the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds once again. First, we have USAFL boundary umpires for this particular game. And of course, we have to give a shout out to them. They've done an absolutely fantastic job, as they always do in these events. And it's great to see, because we talk about the 42 clubs, but we have the Umpires Association as well. Kennedy with a curling ball in on the siren, and that will do it. That's the end of the first half. It's been all Austin, all on the right side of the field. The score at halftime, it's the Austin Crows, 4 goals, 4 behinds, 28 points. Houston, no score. Goals in the first half, Foster 2, Campbell 1, Barr 1. It's been a very entertaining opening half for them. We're going to step aside, be right back with the second half of the Division I Grand Final. You're watching the 2018 USAFL Central Regional Championships here on USAFL.com.